It's when boys no longer have cooties. It's the last year before the serious stuff. It's building your Christian faith toward bigger and better things known as life. 8th grade is a time of fun and compassion and friends. It's a time to find your place in this world and find God's purpose for your life. Another states, 8th grade means having great friends who care for you and teachers who would lay down their lives for us. I love this school. It's been my home away from home. And another says, I thought when I got to 8th grade and it ended, everything would be over. But now I realize 8th grade is just the starting line. 8th grade isn't a grade, it's preparation for what is to come. And to sum it all up, one student exclaims, 8th grade rocks! I've known some of you since you were in kindergarten, and I've watched you grow up. You used to skip behind me to my computer class, and then you'd get real close around my computer and you wanted to see if my goatee was real, and you'd all scream when I'd bark at you. I want to say that I love you, and I want to share a few observations I've made of you guys over this past year, what 8th grade is to your particular class of 2008. 8th grade is finally being the BDOCs, the Big Daddies on campus. It's spiked hair and changing voices. It's Jordan Gray and Riley Jackson talking in first period. It's Jordan and Riley talking in second period. Dare I say it's Jordan and Riley talking all day long. It's Lake's love for the Denver Nuggets and Carmelo Anthony. It's Maddie's contagious smile and spunky spirit. It's wondering who's quieter, Marcy or Yvonne. It's getting dressed up for a night out on the town in Washington, D.C., followed by the traditional hotel room WWF match on the beds. It's the joy and laughter of hearing Miss Julie say Jamba Juice over the intercom. 8th grade is overhead notes and DC memory books in Mrs. Barnhart's history class. It's Michael launching poor, unsuspecting victims off the blob at Forest Home. That was scary. It's running the dreaded mile of death in PE. It's knowing that Jacob Fletcher will be the next Jay Leno. And Mark Ertz will send people flying on the football field at Notre Dame. It's Bible trivia with your host, Greg Letherer. And everyone wanting Hannah and Thomas to be on their team so they can win the coveted homework pass. It's trying to figure out how Austin Groh and Aaron Brewer can be so mild-mannered around campus, only become like wild animals on the athletic field. It's seeing sweet, gentle Crusher Carruthers, our little Lindsay, spike the volleyball into opponents' faces across the net. Or dainty, mild-mannered Amanda knocking the cover clean off a softball. 8th grade is knowing that one day, Emily, Becky, and Anna will have their own TV show entitled The Giggle Girls, while Marissa will have her own line of clothing called Hippies Are Happening. It's dominating in both volleyball and basketball by going undefeated in both sports while being blessed with the best coaches in the world, like Miss Mack, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Cannon, Mrs. Beaton, Mrs. Jackson, and Coach Davies. It's having loving, godly administrators like Mrs. Browning, Mrs. Barnhart, Mrs. Ertz, Mrs. Winter, while at the same time hoping you never have to go visit them in their offices, if you know what I mean. It's Kristen Jones dazzling us on the basketball court. Can you say WNBA? And it's Brianna Holmes running with the speed and grace of a gazelle at the track meet. Can you say 2012 Olympic Games? 8th grade is Cheyenne's love for shopping anytime, anywhere, especially the Nordstrom's makeup counter. It's Kennery's contagious smile, and the long-awaited arrival of Miss T's precious baby crew. It's 25th year of Mrs. Duke serving at Western Christian. Wow, you've been around for a long time. It's Marcy's incredible artistic ability and Yvonne's mathematical genius. It's Mr. Cannon bringing your favorite book, The Hobbit, to life as Bilbo Baggins gets messed up by Thorin. It's Tyler's willingness to always help with chairs. It's wondering what new Vogue hair design Jasmine Tucker will be sporting the next day. It's Heroes and Prison Break, Lost and CSI, Hannah Montana, my favorite, the Jonas Brothers, and Little Bow Wow. It's Roxy, American Eagle, Hollister, Xbox 360, PS3, Nintendo Wii, and the BlackBerry. It's the Transformers, Ratatouille, Iron Man, Indiana Jones, the Hulk, Chronicles of Narnia, and of course my favorite, Kung Fu Panda. Yes. It's knowing that Stephen Brown will be the next Russell Martin in the big leagues. Bradley Fox will be the next Tiger Woods. It's knowing Ashley Votter's name will be at the top of the New York bestsellers list one day. It's knowing that someday in the future we'll see Bradley Gustafson, Jordan Littleton, and Justin Yu touring the country as the rock band Mad Dogs for the Lord. It's learning what true love really looks like as you wept and prayed at Josh Gaska's side at Forest Home and rallied around Sarah Jess in her time of need. It's Josh's toughness and will to fight on in spite of a nasty black eye in that Sunrise basketball game. 8th grade is the science fair and dissecting slimy things with Miss G. It's having your faith challenged and stretched by Craig in chapel. 8th grade is term projects, history projects, math notebooks, science projects, Bible projects, computer projects with Miss Heine. It's a lot of projects. It's growing closer to friends through tears and fears and laughter. It's growing closer to Jesus. It's not being able to wait till the school year is over and then being sad when it finally is. Most of all, it's about developing relationships that will last for eternity. For friends truly are friends forever if the Lord's the Lord of them. 8th grade is a once-in-a-lifetime adventure that will always be treasured in our hearts. On your final exams, you wrote to me what the condition of man is apart from Christ, and that's separated from God and lost. And you have taken on a new identity this year, and that's sons and daughters of the Most High God. And you've been like sons and daughters to me, and I love you dearly. And the only thing I long for more than anything is to see you at the feet of Jesus one day. We worship the lover of our souls. Friends are friends forever, and I want to be your forever friends as Jesus is.